And when it comes to the sound of Star Wars, there's two people we need to hear about. And the first one...
Now, Ben Burtt is probably the most brilliant sound man on the planet Earth.
And nowhere was that brilliance more evident than when heard through iconic, memorable sound effects, such as this one. Well, granted, by the time you heard it, it sounded like this. But there was even more to this soundscape savant than just lasers.
R2-D2 wouldn't be R2-D2 without Ben Burtt.
Did you hear that? Ben's musicality of R2-D2 sounds, the utterly understandable phrases that Ben Burtt had created.
Well, I don't think he likes you at all. No, I don't like you either.
Replying, asking questions, being rude, being...
Wake up!
It was magic.
And a fair amount of good, old-fashioned creativity.
I mean, the random things that he made sounds from, it's amazing.
One of my favorites is the lightsaber sound, the hum.
I mean, he made a lightsaber sound by waving a microphone in front of a speaker that was playing back a hum. And then there's the TIE Fighters. It's elephants layered with the sounds of cars driving on wet pavements. But the animal sounds don't end there. Chewbacca. First, he recorded a bear. And then he sprinkled in other random animal sounds like walruses.
Well, you said it, Chewie.
For his music, too, George Lucas wanted to recombine the familiar.
Lucas's original idea was to score the film using arrangements from Holt's The Planets.
The classical repertoire had proven fertile ground for one of George Lucas's favorite films. But an introduction opened another door.
Steven Spielberg introduced Lucas to John Williams. They'd worked together on Sugarland Express and then famously Jaws.
In which the composer proved that the right orchestral score could elevate dramatic scenes in unforgettable ways.
And when Lucas told John Williams his ideas, John Williams said, you need music that's written for this film so that will match the film. And he said, I will do a score.
Unlike what Star Wars was doing visually, what Lucas wanted for his score was anything but groundbreaking.
Lucas wanted a traditional Hollywood swashbuckler kind of score.
He wanted Star Wars to have the feeling of the old-fashioned serials.
And you know, without John Williams' music, and I've seen that first one without music, hey, you better be grateful John was around.
The score was so fantastic. What that music did to lift it from being a very great film to being a very, very great film.
With the edit, effects, sound design, and now score complete, George Lucas must have felt pretty good about himself.
Lucas is very unhappy with what he's seen.